As the world now knows, a terrible situation actually happened over in Pennsylvania with, of course, the former President of the United States, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And the reason why I wanted to sort of quickly reach out and say hello to everybody in this is, whatever your politics are, let's not forget this is a human's life at hand. And this is the situation, the world that we're now living in. I don't know about you, but when I was at school, I so much remembered the terrible incident regarding one of the all-time favourite presidents of the United States, Ronald Reagan. And you know, we were literally sent home from school early because the news was apparently that disturbing and that shocking. Of course, to a lot of people who are a little bit older, they will remember without question the moment, the place where they were when, of course, President Kennedy was assassinated. And those are the things that literally stick in your mind, aren't they? They're the historical moments that we never forget. But of course, what you see online is terrible situations of people saying terrible things about not just politicians, but of course, former presidents, former leaders, all that sort of stuff. And what was interesting was a lot of people said to me, Neil, have you ever met Donald Trump? Well, I have actually, you know, and as I say, I'm not political. I just try and present to you the person that I've met, you know, whether it be Mrs. Thatcher, David Cameron, Rishi Sunak. You have to take them at the, you know, the way that they are with you. How I met Donald Trump was quite simple, actually. He came into the green room of a news channel that I was working for at the time, which was NBC, in the Rockefeller Center in the very heart of New York City. And what was interesting was he was the big star, if you remember then, of The Apprentice. Now, The Apprentice was a big thing over here, but not as big as it was in America, all thanks, of course, to the robust personality of none other than Donald. And we got on incredibly well. And, you know, he offered an interview. We did that interview. We went to Trump Tower, and I saw him treat people very respectfully. I saw a man who had a massive ego, and I could see exactly why he became incredibly successful. Now, as I say, it's not a political broadcast. It's not about trying to, you know, say, oh dear, dear, dear. But what I would say is, for all the people that have been rather negative in this world right now, let's not forget he is a father. And of course, I do think this, you know, he was incredibly respectful to our late monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. And as I told you before, they got on incredibly well. So while everybody's sort of attacking and having a go and getting political and all that sort of stuff, there's been some terrible situations in the world, as we know, with assassinations and things. What I would say is, let's just take a moment to reflect. Whether you like Mr. Trump or you worry about his politics and all that sort of stuff, this could have been President Biden, it could have been anybody in political power. Let's just take a moment to step back and actually think, how cruel is this world? And more importantly, thank goodness, and of course thank God, that Mr. Trump survived. Either way, let's send good wishes. You agree? Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.